shit, alrighty.
A little bit different of a setup here.
Dude, I know. We'll have to figure out where in the office we want to do these, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I don't know. Probably an A.
A? Yeah. A would be dope. Or even downstairs, right where the KW is.
Yeah.
That'd be dope too. But cool. Well, welcome back to the Planet Real Estate Podcast, everybody. We've got a bit of a different format today. We're on video, which is pretty cool. You get to see our faces and everything, but we're trying out some new tech. So let us know how it is in the comments. But today's episode is just going to be a little bit about Thomas and I as podcast hosts, I guess. And, you know, really kind of how we got into real estate. There's really no format for this episode. So really, Thomas, take us away with, you know, how you got into real estate.
Yeah, we're just free balling this one, folks. Yeah, so I guess I'm trying to think. I got started. We'll go through the whole story here.
Yeah.
So I started going to LCC, obviously, right out of high school. First year, no clue what real estate was.
Yep.
Second year, I met up. My dad and his buddies go up to the Nut House, right across Jackson Field there. Play foosball every Thursday night at 7, if you're interested.
Thursday night at 7?
Yeah. It's actually pretty fun.
I might be there then.
It's difficult to get like good at. They don't do the spinnies or anything like that. So, but no, I mean, I went up there. I was with my uncle, my dad's brother, and my dad. And my uncle had introduced me to Dan Van Acker. Shout out Dan. Love that guy.
Shout out Dan.
Love that guy. But no, he introduced me to him. He kind of just pitched me to him. My uncle John had knew him, did some work with him. I don't know how they got to know each other, but said something to him about me working. He goes, "Hey Dan, you got anything? Any projects going on? My nephew here is going to school, looking for a job, something under the table, whatever." And Dan goes, "Yeah, I got a project." So he hands me his business card and goes, "Call me tomorrow." So call him the next day, and he says, "Meet me at my house Monday of the following week."
Yep.
So I go there and meet up with him and another guy, Dave Gilbert. He walks me over to. He lives right off of Old Lansing, on River Cove, and right on the river, beautiful place. Yep. And he walks me over to this house that some guy had lived there, died, whatever. Yep. He bought it and was just going to have me pretty much do some renovations, clean it out, move his brother in, and yeah, so that's kind of where things started. So built a relationship with Dan there, and kind of picked his brain about real estate. Mm-hmm. I mean, we had been talking back and forth.
Super smart guy, too.
Oh, yeah, he's genius. We'd been talking back and forth. He at one point owned, I think, over 1 million square foot of commercial real estate in Lansing.
Woo!
Yeah. So, I mean, I was like, okay, what? I mean, started asking him about the numbers, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. Good for you. I don't know. But, no, very successful guy, great guy. Started picking his brain, and he really just started, I don't know, mentoring me a little bit. Yeah. So I started listening to Bigger Pockets, looking YouTube University, all that stuff.
Heck yeah.
Got into a little bit of wholesaling. So that was back in January, is when I first met Dan. January of 23.
23, okay.
And so throughout the whole summer, I mean, I'd be doing yard work, trashing this out, doing whatever around the house. and I'd be listening to Bigger Pockets or have a YouTube
Yep.
video going and just learning real estate, really. Closer towards the end of the summer, I started getting more into like wholesaling and how to get started because I was really interested. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it started from there, and then just got some advice from the Bigger Pockets guys saying to go reach out to people that you know in real estate.
Yep.
Go to the meetups, any meetups around you, and I was like terrified. I was like, meetups, that sounds scary. And so I ended up reaching out to Mitchell here.
Yep.
Now we're good buds. We fun fact, we did not talk. I don't think we talked once in high school.
Well, yeah, but we didn't have we had no classes together. I think the last time we talked to each other was probably like third grade, because we played in the same baseball team with Franco and all of them. But dude, weirdly, we never had a class together.
Yeah.
Never had. So fun fact, you had reached out, and I was with Caleb Curry and Nathan.
Yep.
And we were at Nathan's house, like shooting pool.
Okay.
And I saw the message, and then I didn't really know. I knew you went to our school, but I didn't know like who you were. And I was like, and Caleb knows everybody.
Yeah.
And so and I was like, Caleb, what do you think of Thomas Kerrigan? And he goes, oh, straight up, dude. I was like, all right, cool.
Nice.
So then
Thanks, Caleb.
Yep. So then, after that, I was like, all right, cool. I'll associate with this person.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, anyways, carry on.
Yeah, no, when I reached out to Mitchell, I was like shaking my boots. I'm like, this guy's gonna think I'm a loser, like whatever. You know what I mean? Anyways, so we ended up meeting at the DeWitt Golf Center there.
Yep. Hitting some range balls.
Hit some range balls. Just picked his brain a little bit. Told him I was trying to wholesale and stuff. When I was wholesaling, I was calling agents. I was like, yeah, trying to wholesale that house virtually. I was using PropWire, going to other states and stuff. And yeah, I mean, I didn't take action. So I was calling agents, but didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
So anyways, reached out to Mitchell, went to the golf center there, picked his brain, went to a few meetups with him over the couple
Tony
months.
M's.
Yeah, Tony M's Thursday night.
Tuesday morning
at the Brew Cafe.
Yep.
And then so I went to a few of those. Started getting more comfortable with the people there, and just being confident really in not knowing what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But still willing and able to want to learn and stuff like that. So.
Yep.
But Mitchell started recruiting me at one of the meetups to join the Jeff Burke team.
Well, okay. You were like, dude, I'm thinking about getting my license.
Yeah.
And I remember I was telling you, I was like, dude, like, go out, interview brokers, but at least interview with Jeff.
Yeah.
See if that's a fit. So
Right.
But anybody that is looking to become an agent, I will say always go out, interview with different brokers. If you're, freshly don't know anything about real estate, it's always a good idea to join a team. There's definitely, different pros, different cons to it, but realistically, when you're starting out in real estate and you find the right team, it's really the best thing that you can do.
For sure.
It's so much knowledge that you can absorb from that team and so much help as well.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyways, go
on. So I think the first meetup that I went to was the one in October.
Yeah.
Of 23, and then the next one was November when I was really considering getting my license.
Yep.
And so that's when I set up a time to meet with Jeff and look at joining the team. Met with him, and he got me set up on the course, the 40-hour course, which was completely free, which was a lifesaver.
Yeah.
And Yeah, so I think I met with Jeff in December, early December, I don't know when, and then just knocked that out literally over the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Dude, I remember I talked to you in like around Christmas time.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah, like, I'm getting ready to, almost done with the 40-hour course. I'm like, what the hell? Like,
I had a lot of free time.
It took me like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, knocked that thing out in 2 to 3 weeks, I think, and then studied for another week or two. I think I finished early January I finished the course. Studied prep agent there I just grinded any second I could. I just started studying.
I took the test 2 times. First time I didn't do prep agent. I told you this. First time I didn't do prep agent. Second time I did prep agent, and all of a sudden I passed the test. So I was like,
prep agent's a lifesaver.
Yeah. He is.
But studied that. Took the test. I think it was January. Anyways, took the test in late January. Passed it first try. Told Sam Munson, our director of operations
and marketing.
And I was in the office 2 weeks later.
Yep.
February 5th is when I first started. But I mean that's kind of my journey. Still a little fresh, still a little green, but I'm excited.
Yeah, no, I mean that's going from October to now. The transition and the amount of growth that you've had is insane.
Yeah, insane. It's fun.
It is fun.
And anyone can do it. Yeah, it's a grind. I had to sacrifice a lot of partying, a lot of nights out with friends and stuff like that, but it's worth it. Yeah.
I mean, and too, like, I feel like giving some of those things up, I guess I never really did that stuff, but anyways, giving some of those things up for, what's coming in the future is definitely going to be, so worth it.
Oh, for sure.
So worth it.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and you have so much fun doing it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Just to see the growth that you make is dopamine in itself is I don't know. It's
insane.
Yeah. It feels good.
It does. It does feel real good.
So Mitchell, take us through. We'll maybe get into like goals and stuff.
Yeah.
But take us through how you got started.
Well, just to give you a quick kind of rundown, of everything. I started my first business in 3rd grade.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, started my first business in 3rd grade. Made $90 that I was rich.
Nice.
So, but I had 3 partners. And it was a funny structure that we had of how we didn't get caught because you can't sell stuff at school. So I'll get into that another day. But so we split it 3 ways. Made
I hope it was all at least legal.
Nope, not at all.
Oh boy,
no,
nice.
Okay, wait, no, I feel like I got to explain a little. So I learned how to finger knit scarves, and so my buddy would steal the yarn from his mom and his grandma. He'd give it to me. I'd finger knit. I'd go out, sell it. And then my other buddy would do the drops. He'd go and he would deliver the product, collect the money, bring it back to me. And then I put it in our bank, which was a Ziploc bag.
Nice.
And so then I put it in our bank, and then it all kind of dissolved when our supply ran low because there was no more yarn, and my one buddy wanted to buy a David Beckham jersey, so we split up the partnership and we took our profit of $30 each. He went off, bought a David Beckham jersey, and we were all pretty happy at the end of the day.
Hey, that's all that matters.
Exactly. So, and then so then after that, I knew I wanted to be, an entrepreneur or, kind of in sales, something, of that sorts. And so then started my next business in ninth grade. My dad got a laser engraver off like Amazon or something. And so he got that, showed me how to use it, just thinking I would just, kind of play around with it. And I looked at it, I was like, so I can laser engrave these coasters, make custom coasters for people, and I could sell them. So
not a bad idea.
That's what I did. I went around. I went to this is in ninth grade, so I went to all my teachers, all the teachers that had clubs. I went to all the teachers that, were coaches of sports team or something like that. Yeah. And I said, hey, do you want to send me the logo? And then I can make coasters for you with, your sports logo on it. And every single one of them said, yeah. And nice. I made coasters for them for free. And then what ended up happening is then I started having more and more people reach out saying, hey, I want some coasters, and I want this design, I want that design, what can we do on that? Yeah. And I had teachers paying me to make these coasters. Like they would walk up to me like mid class and they'd be like, hey, like, Christmas is coming up. I want, stocking stuffers. Right. Hey, can you put the Spartan logo on a coaster? It pained me to do it, but put the Spartan logo on a coaster. And, how much is that? I said, well, for how many coasters? This many. It's going to be this much. And he pulled out his wallet, gave me like, I think it was like $60. Nice. Gave me $60, and all the students around were like, what the hell are you doing? And so then, about a couple days later, I was up, all night for a couple nights, just printing coasters pretty much. And then came in, delivered them. He loved them. And then I had a couple other teachers order. And it was it was weird, but it was like actually a decent business. Yeah. So made some good money off that. And then,
what were you charging for the coasters?
I think it was like $3 a coaster, dude. So it was like $12 for a pack of 4.
That's nice.
So yeah, and I'd order the stuff off Amazon and
just plain little wood.
Yeah, just wood coasters. Yeah,
nice.
So, and then I experimented with some other stuff, different products and stuff, but and then really the next business was I got into social media. Kind of fast forward this to get to real estate, but got into social media, grew an Instagram account to like 11,000 followers. Damn. And that was in like 6 months. Started teaching people all over the world how to do it. I worked with people over Zoom, from India, that's Belgium, crazy. Switzerland, England, Costa Rica. Wow. And then a couple of people from the U.S. I liked that. That was a lot of fun. The only thing that I didn't like is, working with people overseas and the time change. Yeah. I'm a morning person. I'm not a night person. And being on a Zoom call for like selling this person and like, on this program and then how I can teach them how to do this was like,
2 a.m.
It was rough. Yeah, it was rough. And then I had to wake up and go to school the next day too.
Well,
so like
it's just high school.
Yeah, well, it was just high school. Yeah, but like, I had to wake up and go to school, and if I was, I was playing high school sports, right. Spring golf, fall soccer, so that kind of thing. But so then I decided to bring it local. I started a social media marketing and management company, and then ran and promoted, the social media accounts of businesses kind of in the area here.
Nice.
And it was just kind of doing that where, I was learning more and more and more about investing, and about different types of investing when it comes to stocks, real estate, different growing a business, yada, yada. And I came across, real estate investing, and this was in like November of 21.
Okay.
And so November of 21, quit my job at McDonald's as well. Worked there for a year. Social media management was going pretty well. So I quit my job there. And then I came into real estate investing. And I reached out to Jeff like late December.
21.
And what?
Of 21.
Of 21, yeah, late December of 21. Because Caleb Burke, Jeff's son, which he's in real estate now, he played baseball with my brother. And so my parents would sit, on the stands with Jeff and everything. And I told my parents, I was like, oh, I want to be a real estate agent. And the first thing that they said was like, what happens when the market goes down? I don't know. I'm going to keep selling. So, and they're like, well, why do you want to become a real estate agent? It's because I want to learn how to buy real estate.
Right.
And I'd rather learn how to buy real estate with other people's money than, figure it out with my own money.
Yeah.
So, and, to make the connections and everything. And, then after I became an agent, I realized, learning real estate through being an agent has, there's a lot more to it of just helping people, helping families and everything. Lots of good memories, representing clients, buyers and sellers. So, I reached out to Jeff, and then, funny story, I reached out to Jeff on Monday. I didn't hear anything from him because I sent him an email. Didn't hear anything from him for like 2 or 3 days, and I called my mom, and I just finished up my class over at Davenport. I was going to head back to the high school because I was dually enrolled.
Okay.
And I called my mom, and I was like, hey, Mom, I'm about to just walk into some, real estate agent's office. And I looked up real estate agent office on Google Maps. And I was like, I want to talk to somebody. I want to talk to somebody about real estate. And so then she goes, well, just, give Jeff a couple more days. And then that day I was in math class, and Jeff, called me right before I was about to take a test.
Nice.
And he goes, hey, is this a bad time? I was like, yeah, I'm about to take a math test. He's like, oh shit. He goes, why don't I call you back tonight at 5:30? So then I went over, obviously finished up school, did some work, and then went over to my girlfriend's house, and I was sitting in her room, and I was talking to Jeff at 5:30, and we were just talking, and he goes, well, why don't you come out to the office, and then meet with me and kind of meet some of the team here. So I did that, and I remember that morning I hit a bench PR of 205 at Planet Fitness.
Nice.
And then I was like, dude, that's how you know it's gonna be a great day. So then I met Jeff. I got to I think we had our meeting at 1:30. I got to the office at 1. Nice. Walked in. And that's when Libby was still there. Okay. And so she was the only one in the office. and she goes, hi, how can I help you? I was like, oh, I'm here to meet Jeff at 1:30. And she goes, he's got some stuff on his schedule. Can you come back at 1:30? And I was like, I am kind of early. Yeah, I'll come back at 1:30. So I sat in my car and then, walked in and met with Jeff. And, after meeting with Jeff, it was like, yeah, I'm in. Where do I sign? Yeah. I was like, dude, I want to become an agent.
Nice.
So then after I told Jeff, I was like, dude, I'm in. So same thing, set me up with the course, everything. I was working on it, and
still in high school, by the way.
Yeah,
this kid's an absolute hustler.
Yeah, I was still in high school. It was at the point too where I was in classes, I was in my English class. She'd be presenting, and I was taking the course of becoming an agent. I was in Miss Staperfenny's class, and nice. I was the only. I wasn't paying attention, and I think I was going over riparian rights. Nice. And she was like, so Mitchell, do you want to answer the question here? And I was like, I'm so what?
I don't own the water.
Yeah, I know. So and then, but I realized I was like, yeah, I knew high school and school wasn't for me. And yeah. So then, I was taking the course in class, constantly studying it and everything. And then in my off days, I would be in the office, when we didn't have school, nice. When we had a snow day, when we had a snow day, I would literally just drive to the office.
Okay.
My mom would be like, "Yeah, I don't think you should really be out on these roads." I was like, "I gotta get to the office." So I'd go into the office and, then just kind of hang out with everybody.
Yeah.
And that's where Caleb Burke, huge mentor of mine.
Okay.
Obviously, Jeff as well, but huge mentor of mine because, he just let me pretty much literally sit in the shadow. And anytime he was making calls, he was on the phone, with agents and, out showings and inspections and everything. Dude, I probably saw Caleb more than I saw Abby. We hung out so much, and I would just absorb everything, he did.
Kind of like I'm doing now.
Yeah.
I'm just sucking. Oh, whoa.
But anyways.
Absorbing knowledge.
Yeah. And so then, I, just pretty much sat, there with him. I say we booked appointments together. We signed by. Caleb did it. I was, I was just the pretty face there.
Right.
So, but yeah, no, we did a lot of business. He did a lot of business with me sitting there. And it was the greatest thing that I could have done because realistically on the team, you see, you truly see the 87%, of real estate agents don't make it.
Yep.
Statistic because people will join, people will drop off.
Yeah.
And I didn't see that in the beginning because it was just me who joined at first. And then, who was there. And then when I finally got licensed, I was still in high school, got licensed
That's crazy.
to sell real estate. And then, once I graduated, I went to the office, went through the 60-day training program. And there was 3 people that that started at the same time with me. One left in 2 days, and then the other one shortly after we got out of training. Yeah, wow. 2 days into training. Yep. So, and then I was like, "Wow, okay." So, and then started booking appointments out the gate, and it was it's been a grind ever since. And then. Sold some houses and everything, sold some duplexes. The major point, change in my, I say in my life, but in being an agent was joining the Cody and Christian multifamily mentorship.
When did you join that?
March of 23.
Okay.
So they were trying to sell me their $3,000 course, 100% worth it. 100% worth it. They were trying to sell it to me, and it was all about seller finance, creative finance. And I was like, "Hey, why don't you seller finance me the course?"
Really?
And they bid on it. Yeah.
Nice.
And so, funny enough, I actually bought it from Caleb Hommel, who I think we're gonna have on next week, or depending on when this airs. We're going to have him on soon.
Yeah.
But, so I bought the course from him. It was, I think, being an agent, other than being an agent, one of the greatest decisions I made in real estate. Because that course taught me everything that I needed to know, anything I needed to know about getting started in the creative finance space. And then also the Zoom calls with them was huge. Huge. So that, and then when I sold the shrimp farm in Okemos, which that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
But this guy named Eddie called me, and I just gone through the Cody and Christian course, and he started talking all these creative terms, and I was like, I started grinning. I was like, "Oh my God, are we gonna do a creative deal with this one?"
Nice.
So we didn't end up doing it with that one. But I called Eddie back, and he was looking for his first, kind of real estate investment property. And I talked to him, and he was like, "You seem to know quite a bit about, creative finance and everything." And I was like, "Yeah, that's, kind of one of the things I specialize in, just trying to play it as I knew everything."
Right.
And most investors don't sign with agents. And I was able to book them to a Zoom. and I signed him as, one of my buyers.
Nice.
And it was so funny. So I didn't have the beard back then. And first thing he says to me is he joins the Zoom and he looks at me. He goes, "How old are you?" And I was like, "Shit." So, yeah. So then
was he surprised when you told him?
Yeah, yeah,
That's
he
crazy.
was. And so I had to. It was funny. I had to build so much more rapport just because of that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
and that's why I ended up growing out the beard or keeping the beard, just because after that, people now think I'm like 26.
Yeah.
Not even 20 yet. So, they think I'm a lot older, which, then it's easier to build a rapport that way. And
Yeah.
It was a little bit of a struggle, joining so young and
Oh yeah, I bet.
looking so young.
Yeah.
But so then, I helped him buy a duplex and then also a 5-unit, and we bought the 5-unit off Creative Finance.
Nice.
Land contract. We got pretty creative with that one too. That was, if you ask me what my most like fun deal was, it was probably that 5-plex.
So were those both listed? Were they off market? How did you find them?
So the duplex, the first one, that was off market.
Okay.
The 5-plex was on market for like 120 days or something like that, because they had it listed for like 340, and we got them down to like 260.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
yeah, so we got them down to 260 from 340, and so then we we did that, and then we that one was my most fun deal. That one's also super funny because we're trying to get bank financing on this duplex at the same time, and we're trying to not let the bank know what he's doing.
Yeah.
And we're trying to figure out how to close after the duplex, and not, have any big transfers of money, with earnest money, all that stuff. So it was, it was an absolute like headache to figure it out, but it was so much fun. So much fun.
Yeah. Especially like getting those together.
Yeah. And so Thursday we were closing. Monday, Eddie calls me and he goes, "Dude, my private money lender for the down payment bailed."
On the 5-plex.
On the 5-plex, yeah. So it was private money on the 5-plex bailed. So we scrambled for 2 days to get, someone to fund the deal. And then so we're at we're at Tuesday. And as we're trying to scramble for the money, I was like, "Dude, have you got insurance yet, by the way?" And he goes, "Fuck, no, I didn't do that." And I was like, "Oh, damn it." So then I called my insurance guy, and he was able to get it super rapid. He got it to us by Wednesday.
Nice.
And then, Thursday morning, and we closed Thursday.
Nice. Okay.
So, yeah.
So what'd you do? You ended up finding someone to fund the deal?
Yeah. Yeah, we found someone to fund the deal. That was a stupid good deal. We'll have to have Eddie on.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, and we'll go more in depth with that deal and everything. But yeah, dude, it was a fun and stupid good deal.
That's cool.
Stupid good.
Eddie's a great guy too.
Yeah.
Love Eddie. Shout out Eddie.
Yeah, shout out Eddie. So, but yeah, no, that was that was so much fun. So then really after that is when I was like, yeah, investing, creative finance, that's what I want to focus on. So, then just
kind of, tailored that to your agent side of things. Obviously still doing the first time home buyer, looking to sell.
Yeah, retail real estate kind of thing. Yeah. So, still doing that as well, but
just opened up your
Yeah, and I think, working with investors, they have their downsides, but, to me, they're a lot more fun to do.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of one of those things where it's like getting someone their first home feels very rewarding. But for me, as like my mind's very analytical, I feel like I deal with investors a lot better than I do, with you know, because
right.
Yeah,
you can build a better friendship and
yeah, and you know, like I feel like we know a lot of the investors kind of in the area because we go to, you know, pretty much every meetup there is here. When we go to the meetups, it's just like the boys getting back together.
It is
like,
too. It's fun.
Yeah, I mean, we all sit around this big table. It's all like a big friend group and everything. Like, dude, we got to do we really got to do a real estate, you know,
like
meetup bonfire or something like that.
Yeah, what do they call those? Like not a community, but what Brett had started. Was it Brett? Anyways, I don't know.
Yeah. Let us know when you figure it out. We're all curious.
Brain fart.
Yeah. So you know, I guess that's my real estate
kind of your journey, yeah.
Yeah, my story. Kind of to jump right into the goals with it. My goal, you know, kind of short term is to get a couple properties this year, and then 2025 really ramp it up as much as I can.
How long? I don't know if I should ask this, but how long do you want to be an agent?
You know, I'm not too sure on that one. You know, I like being an agent. It's super fun. The thing for me is, you know, there's a lot of people that, you know, be an agent for a long time. For me, it's, you know, I love being an agent, but at the same aspect, I know I can't work these hours that I work, you know, when I want to go out and start a family. So, it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, you know what, if I work these hours now, you know, maybe I won't have to work these hours later.
Right.
And also, you know, realistically, I feel like anytime I'm an agent, I feel like 24/7 I'm working.
Oh, it's nonstop.
It is nonstop, which I like it now. But, you know, am I going to like it in 5 to 10 years?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see how the cookie crumbles, but you know, it's just kind of one of those things where, you know, I love doing it, but I don't know how longevity wise. I mean, there's a lot of people that are agents for 30 years at a super high level.
Oh yeah.
You know, but that's what they're insanely passionate about is being an agent. You know, when we want to eventually switch over to the investment side, it's kind of you know, we'll have to take a look at kind of what's more worth the time. You know, when it comes to investing and being an agent, that sort of thing.
So I want to bring this up for the audience. Mitchell has got a very creative mind. Yep. And I think I would say his biggest investment, coolest idea is buying a soccer team.
Yeah. In England. Yeah. So I play a lot of FIFA, and you know, if anybody that you ask that wants to, or that plays FIFA, especially like manager mode where you can like manage the entire team, you know, I guarantee they've taken a team from League 2, and if you're not familiar with, you know, the English football, you know, tiers of or the league pyramid basically. But if you finish high enough, you get promoted to the next league. If you finish too low, you get relegated to the lower league. So you can take a team from like a lower league that's like worth a couple million, invest a bunch of money in them, and really build them up. And if you've seen the show Wrexham or whatever it's called with Ryan and I forget the other guy's name, but that's what they're doing right now. But I've always, ever since I was like, you know, younger and wanted to, or played FIFA all the time, I wanted to do that because I was like, dude, I could just buy a team for a couple million and then, you know, put a bunch of money into them, bring them up to the Prem, like play FIFA in real life.
That's a good goal. That's a good goal.
Yeah. So, you know, that's always what I've wanted to do. It's either that or build a race team and, you know, fund a race team, which, you know, from what I've found, race teams don't really make a lot of money. So,
hey,
you know, it's more of a passion kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
Yeah, no, I think, and then, you know, the real estate side of that would be really fun too.
It would.
So, different stadiums, kind of, all that stuff. That's
He's thinking huge here.
Yeah. Well, I've always thought like, we're young, like we can have lofty goals because we're starting so early.
Yeah.
We're putting in the hours that, like, let's say, we're starting now. I started when I was 18. You started at 20. Same thing pretty much. And we're going to be doing the same, same journey that someone at 25 to 30 is starting out too.
Yeah.
And then let alone they're at 25 and 30, we've got 5 to 10 years on them. Yeah. And 5 to 10 years of exponential growth is going to be crazy. So we're going to be younger, we're going to be richer, and we can shoot for more lofty goals.
I like it.
Because, we're starting out so early.
Yeah.
And I think also, since we're starting out so early, we can take so much more risk.
Yeah.
Because...
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, not to say, like, what do we have to lose, but, like, for me, it's just Abby and I.
Right.
Like, it's not like we have a kid. It's not like we have, I guess, a whole family to support and everything. Like, if I had a family, kids and everything like that, like, yeah, I would be, a lot more hesitant to take so much risk. Yeah. But if I I don't, so I'm like, you know what, I'll take the risk now. And if I fail, I know we'll be okay.
Yeah.
But the last thing I want to do is when I have a family, take this massive risk, and then all of a sudden, I can't give my kid food.
Right. What did Sam? Was it Sam Dua or was it Rich that was like, well, you can. How old are you? And then goes, oh, you can go bankrupt like 2 times and you'll be fine by 32.
Yeah, exactly though. Like, we've got so much time, and like, let's say we take a massive risk, it doesn't work out, we go bankrupt. By the time we are, we have the bankruptcy off our record, it will be 22.
Yeah.
So,
anyways,
yeah.
I'm stealing this from Ryan. Thank you, Ryan, because this is a great quote. Win or learn.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to clip that quote and post that, like TikTok and Reels and stuff. But yeah, no, that quote, like when we did that episode with Ryan, that was when he said that quote, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, yeah, take a risk. If you fail, you're only learning. You're not losing. You're only learning. And then the upside, you win. So
yeah. Exactly.
Either way, take chances, reach out to people, go to meetups. Maybe we'll get into actually, I'll go goals real quick.
Oh yeah. What's your goals?
So for this year as well, I want to have a couple investment properties. Maybe I'm thinking like a duplex I can house hack or something like that. But start a few investment properties, 1 or 2 this year, and like Mitchell said, start scaling over the years. By the time I'm 30, I want to have at least 100 units.
Oh, dude, we could realistically.
I mean, that's obtainable, but
no, realistically, in 2026, by the end of 2026, we could have 100 units.
Yeah,
because if you think about it, all it takes is really those first 2 or 3 proof of concepts.
That's true.
And then getting that going up to 100 is going to be easy. Like I think honestly, like we could be at 100 units by like end of 2026.
Okay.
So
let's do it.
Yeah, 100%. Because the thing is like, it's not like you don't have to take one of those strategies where it's like, I'm going to buy 1 property per year and then I'll have 10 properties by the time I'm going to have 10 properties in 10 years.
Right.
Like, that's going to be great. Like, dude, no, all you need is just literally 1 proof of concept that, hey, I know what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Scale. I know what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. And obviously, you'll learn and then you'll figure out what you're doing. and we both will. But, you know, we need those 2 or 3 proof of concepts that we know what we're doing and we can do it. And then every deal after that, it's going to be way easier.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So it'll be easy to scale.
Yeah.
I mean, you literally just got to get that first one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I'm excited for the journey.
Yep.
Mitchell, best advice you could give to someone just starting out: where to go, what to do, who, what, when, where, why.
Yeah. So if someone's starting out, one, watch as much YouTube, Bigger Pockets on real estate investing, get familiar with the terminology, and go to real estate meetups and just connect with people. And then, you know, number 2, after you've, you know, done that, you're going to make some great connections. You're going to talk to a lot of, you know, good people, and go there consistently.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen someone go to these meetups and then never come.
Yeah.
So it's like, once you start going to a meetup, you need to go there consistently, because I've been going consistently since June of 2023. You've been consistent since October. And, you know, we're there every single month, and we see the same people every single month. Well, we meet new people, you know, here and there and stuff, but it's more or less like you see the same people and they're like, hey, like, these guys are showing up.
Yeah.
They're you know,
they're serious.
They're serious. And it's just, you know, consistently go. You never know who you're going to meet there. And just kind of keep nurturing and building those relationships. And one thing too is, you know, book coffee meetings with, you know, people and have one-on-ones. You know, there's a guy, Leor, shout out Leor. I don't know if he watches this, but, you know, one day we had a coffee meetup, and then he goes, hey, I got to run out to a couple of my Airbnbs, you know, that are under construction. You want to come? Yeah, love to come. And so we walked his Airbnbs. He walked me through kind of a strategy with this one. And then he goes, yeah, right across the street there. And told me, you know, another project he's working on. And he goes, hey, I'm going to, you know, a 5 unit that we're building an extra unit on the back. Want to come to that? Yeah, I'd love to. And, you know, I got to see him, you know, he's a licensed builder as well.
Okay.
And, well, he's a licensed builder in Illinois.
Gotcha.
He builds homes in Chicago, but so he's not a licensed builder in Michigan, but he's got a good idea of it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I sat there and he was kind of, you know, trying to figure out a problem with the plumber, you know, with this and that. And, you know, it's just things as a real estate agent we don't see that we can see. I could see from him, and, you know, that's what he does. And it was really, really fun to like kind of watch that, you know, and listen to that. And, you know, there's so many investors out there that, you know, that are willing to let you follow along and to just let you learn from them, because eventually, you know, you're going to be a bigger player like they are, and they want to have a good relationship with you. Yeah, but investors are always willing to help, willing to give good advice. And I mean, there's a few out there, but that don't like to. But, you know, there's a lot of people that are just, they want to see everybody win.
Yeah, and they want to watch people succeed as well.
Yeah,
and the biggest thing I'll say as well is, take action. Like I said, reach out to people. Everyone's always willing to help. The biggest thing I've learned so far is if you want to be successful, right?
Yep.
If you want to really make good money and be disciplined, it's all about mindset, and it's all about consistency.
Yeah.
Those are like the biggest 2 things. If you take action, you stay consistent with a set plan that gets you to your goals, you're good. And as long as you have a good mindset, a positive mindset at all times. The thing about being a real estate agent is that no matter how you are treated, good, bad, ugly, you still have to have a smile on your face. You still have to be positive.
Oh yeah.
But it's so I'm so grateful for it too, because you learn that positive mindset.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 100%.
So yeah, I mean, take action. Like I said, just if you want to be successful, I had to sacrifice a lot of not friendships. I mean, I still keep in touch with people, but the people that I used to hang out with a lot, I don't really hang out with anymore. And because I'm growing myself, my brand, my business, and trying to be successful. So that successful entrepreneur route, you really have to sacrifice a lot, and it's hard at first, but you get used to it. It's worth it.
I will say, it does suck when, my buddies call me like, hey, we're going to go golfing tomorrow. Like, you want to go? I'm like, dude, I got work. Like, I got this, I got that. Like, I literally can't. Yeah. And, it does suck. And I feel bad, sometimes. But, it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, you know what? Well, if I want to be able to just leave the office and go golfing when I'm in my 30s, whenever I want to,
exactly,
then, I'd rather do that then, because, then I'm not thinking about, anything
financial
else.
Worries.
Financial worries. I've got my team that I've grown and that kind of thing. And it's going to be, I believe it's going to be a sacrifice well worth it. And two, one of the big motivators for me, because is one thing I've told Abby all the time too, is like one of the things that I want to be so prepared for is like one of our kids gets sick.
Yeah.
And the reason why I want to be so financially free is because if I have to fly my kid to like Australia to visit the best neurosurgeon or whatever like that in the world, then I can just say, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, you
don't even have to ask about what the price would be. Like one of those things, health, you can buy good health care. You can't buy good health, but you can buy good health care.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, you know what, like if this is the price that I have to pay to make sure that my family is good, when I have, my own family and everything, then, I'm willing to do that. Or, if we just want to be like, hey, let's go to Italy. Right. Be like, cool, I'm in.
Yeah.
Let's pack our bags and let's go right now.
Right.
You can be a little bit more spontaneous when money is no object, and when you have that financial freedom. And I think too, another rewarding thing is when the amount of lives that you help on the way to financial freedom can change your moral thinking a little bit, or your mind as well. Because I'll tell you this, my very first deal, I was doing the final walkthrough, and they brought their kids. They had like 3 kids, and we were sitting there, kind of on the outside of the house. They had like we got them a half acre, in the city, and one of their kids was like running around, and he goes, "Oh my God, our yard is like this much bigger now." And
that's awesome.
And it was like the most like rewarding feeling ever.
Nice. Yeah.
And then shout out Gabe and Rachel, is my very first clients. They shout out to them. And then Gabe, the husband, goes, "Uncle Mitch is getting you a go-kart." And I was like, wait a minute. But no, it was one of the most rewarding, and I still talk to them, to this day.
Yeah. That's cool.
So it that was so funny too, because we were sitting at the closing table, and they're like, "So Mitchell, I never asked you, how old are you?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm 18." and they're like, "You're 18?" And I was like, "Yeah." But no, so it was one of the most rewarding deals that I've done. It was my first one, so it meant a lot to me and everything. But it the whole family and everything like that, it was it was so rewarding.
Yeah.
So definitely. It was kind of funny too. The house that they had bought, I actually showed with Caleb to a different buyer like a month before that.
Really?
It's just funny because I remember, they wanted to see it, and then I pulled up to it. I was like, "Hey, I've been here before." So
that's funny.
But yeah, no, that was one of the most rewarding moments.
And real estate's a very, very rewarding business.
Yeah.
You can get to the point where you're financially free and help others that are less fortunate. And that's one of my goals as well, is definitely help those that are less fortunate. And one other thing I'll say for advice, things that I kind of stick to and try and keep in check, keep in a line, mental health, physical health, spirituality, religion, and where was I? Mental, physical, spiritual,
like
physically.
You already said.
Yeah, I had 5, but I lost track. But anyways,
I think
keep those in track.
Yeah, and I think too, like, some of the things that we do for mental health. One thing, like for me, has been all of a sudden like very apparent of like, because there's days where we're in the office and I'm like, all right, my brain is gone.
Yeah.
And but it's just kind of resetting every morning, going to the gym, working on the physical health, and I feel like that really helps the mental health as well, and really keeps the mind strong.
Yeah.
And also one of the things that really helped me mentally too is stoicism, and learning from Marcus Aurelius and kind of all those philosophers from stoicism and everything, and keeping the mind sharp and healthy is super needed.
Yeah, definitely.
Not being sorry for cussing, but not being bitch made. So
yeah,
but
don't be a bitch.
Yeah. So, but no, it's it's huge, huge.
Maybe let's get into real quick favorite books, real estate, anything, I guess.
Anything Robert Kiyosaki has ever put out there, I agree with. I actually, when I was in Arizona one time for spring break, I met Robert Kiyosaki at a Ferrari dealership.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was cool. He was buying a Ferrari, and I'll be there with him one day. And so love Robert Kiyosaki. And I think my favorite one for him though is how the wealthy keep getting wealthier.
Okay. I haven't read that one, but
that one's really good. And then obviously just Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
I was going to say for me, probably real estate wise, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And then if you want to get a good mental health, spiritual, whatever you want to call it, book is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Is a really good one.
Yeah.
Just teaching you how to live in the moment and not worry about the past, future, whatever.
100%. And also Marcus Aurelius's meditations, about stoicism and everything is, quick side note about that book. So Marcus Aurelius, he wrote all those meditations when he was, kind of up in a mountain and everything. And they weren't meant for anybody to be read. So they're super raw. Like, they weren't meant for other people to read that stuff. So it really kind of goes into the mind of, like what he was legit thinking.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Really good. Really good.
Marcus Aurelius?
Yep.
Okay.
Roman philosopher.
Nice.
On stoicism.
I like it.
So, but
cool. Well, I mean, we'll have to do it again, but favorite celebrity? I was trying to think. You were talking about something, and I was thinking, I'm like, I don't even know, man.
Yeah. What was it? Obviously, Megan Fox for everybody. But No, I think another one of mine was Zendaya.
Okay.
Dude, from Spider-Man.
Oh yeah. Yeah. When I was a kid, I think like the grown-up movies, Selma Hayek was my go-to. I was like, wow, what a gorgeous woman. But yeah, I'm gonna stick with that one. I got probably a couple more, but anyways.
Oh, sweet. But anyways, thank you everybody for tuning in to the first video version, kind of a little light into who Thomas and I are. Yeah. You know, we kind of built the podcast off of not necessarily being the experts, but interviewing them and, you know, learning, and if everybody can
all learn together.
Yeah, we can all learn together. So, yeah. But
socials.
Yeah, follow the socials, Planet RE Podcast on Instagram. We are going to be setting up the Facebook today. I feel like we've said that every time. We are going to do it today. And then, you know, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. If you're on Spotify or Apple Music, click the follow, and please give us 5 stars if you feel so.
Yeah.
If you don't think it's 5 stars, don't give us a review.
And reach out to us. I mean, yeah. If you have any questions, concerns, want to get started, reach out to us.
Yeah, 100%.
We're always willing to help.
100% reach out to us. Come to, you know, go to meetups if you're in the Lansing area. Tony M's last Thursday of the month. And then
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, Brew Cafe, 7 a.m. on the first Tuesday of the month. So
every month.
Be there. Yep. But, all right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. That was fun.
I wonder how long that was.
Yeah, that was actually pretty long.